Alrighty, here we are. Uh, those who don't know me, Link's here. I'm going to do a casting today of Dota. With me, I've got Lanky,
Hello.
one and only, the Earthshaker man
Hopefully.
himself. Yeah, today we're streaming Meepos, 5 Meepos in a trench coat versus Make Turbo Turbo Great. Again? No, I messed up the name already. Make Turbo, Make Turbo Turbo again. Yeah, these guys are
Don't
going
know
to
what that means.
face it off. Yeah, yeah, what does that mean? Turbo. Turbo's great. Meeple's great too. I love the name. 5 Meeples in a trench coat.
It's a really tall beeper.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, they're gonna start off the coin flip.
yeah. Oh, we've got the. Oops. Okay. Looks like we got a flipped coin. I can't quite see it
Yeah,
because
it's
we're
off
in
the
this
screen. Oh,
channel thing.
Meepo one, I think.
Okay. Let's see what they pick. You're gonna have to tell me what they pick. I can't see it.
Yeah, I can't see that.
Uh, Guessing their pick. Well, I mean, second pick is usually, I think, the way you want to go. Second pick gives you 4 bands, and then it gives you the last pick. Sorry, last pick, yeah. And being able to see the enemy team's lineup, being able to choose your last hero into the enemy team's lineup, I think is a nice advantage to have. All right, drafting. What do you like to see in a good draft?
In a good draft, well, you're gonna want the stuns. Me personally, I like the big AoE heroes, as we know.
Mm,
So it'd be fun to cast
Radio
something that
spam.
if they pick something like that, but I've only played with a couple of these guys, so I don't really know how they play and who they play. The Lich band instantly, because as we know, Lich is broken right now.
Yeah, seeing a lot of like Lich banning and Hero's strong. Hero's, I feel like, has kind of always been strong, but I don't know. You hate to be in the team fight where a chain frost just bounces from
No,
everybody to
exactly.
everybody.
They ban the wind on the Dire.
Hmm.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I wonder if that's our respect bans or if I did look into the teams a little bit beforehand. Um, Definitely Ronan Swanson, I think, plays a lot of Windrunner, Wind Ranger. Um, yeah, I wonder if that's a respect ban there. They're
Ooh,
banning the
the Pudge ban. That's
Pudge.
definitely a respect ban. That's got to be. No one just bans Pudge of it nowadays.
Yeah, you never like to feel it, the hook on your back.
Exactly. Maybe they just hate playing against the Pudge.
Yeah. Oh, they banned the
Zeus
Zeus
ban.
out.
Okay, that's
Interesting.
interesting.
What do you think are good sort of strategies when the first kind of bans that you're doing in drafting?
I think it's going to be if you've looked up the enemy players and what they play, you're
Mhm.
probably best. Like this Earth Spirit, like they probably have seen one of them play it quite well, so they're respect banning it,
Mhm.
especially in the first phase. You want to get rid of all those heroes people are comfortable with.
Yeah, definitely. I recognize a few of these names, especially in 5 Meeples in a Trench Coat. These guys have been playing tournaments for WLDL for a while, and I'm guessing these
Especially,
teams
hmm
kind of are familiar with each other and starting to get a sense of what heroes to ban for each player.
they're thinking about this last ban quite intently. Silencer. Ooh,
Hmm. Interesting silencer ban. Think they might be ramping up for a an Enigma.
oh, that'd be nice to see, wouldn't it? Or they're going to ban the Warlock. It's the first pick now on the Radiant. Let's see what they're going to go for.
Making sure the stream's running.
They're going to go for the Grimstroke. That's a good pick for a support. All the dies pick Jakiro. Okay, sort of starting out with probably pos 5s or pos 4s.
Yeah.
I like the Grimstroke pick. I love Grimstroke in a lane.
Yeah.
Silence, the stun, you even got the damage.
Yeah.
Shakiro's good as well. You can get, a good ice path.
Both very strong laners for sure. And
Definitely.
I feel like they can definitely sit in the off lane or the safe lane position and feel good in those
Yeah.
lanes.
So
Heroes you don't
ban
really
in
want to trade
phase.
with too much.
So they got to ban something now on the Radiant side. Or they ban PA. Ooh.
Interesting.
So they're worried about whoever they're going to pick, they can get jumped on. That's what I take from it.
Yeah, PA definitely able to get on a backline and explode squishy heroes very quickly. Might be a lineup that they're protecting themselves or they're planning on playing with. Hopefully we see some good synergy with the Grimstroke. I know playing this hero and looking at your draft and them having no win-click targets, you're like,
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
They did ban the
Yeah.
Lich, and that tends to be a good pairing with the Grimstroke, so see what
Yeah.
they decide.
Wonder what they're thinking. Yeah. I reckon it could be the Grimstroke pick. They're not necessarily worried about the ult. They like those silences and stuff. I find he's a great support to have.
Yeah, if I remember that silence, you can't dispel it with a mentor.
No, you literally have to hit it off. They ban the anti-mage, so yeah, they're worried about jump.
Mhm.
They're worried about jump.
Ranger getting banned on
Drow
the
Ranger.
side of 5
Okay.
Meepos. A good ban to do.
Ooh,
Ooh,
Bloodseeker.
hmm.
Don't see that a lot.
It's been strong lately. I mean, definitely we see it on.
And it's still with the new shard, isn't it?
Yeah, people I think are
Pretty
buying
strong.
the Agnums and like tanking this hero up and then having the Agnums. The
Yeah.
hero seems to reach a point that it just becomes very unkillable. Mm. Let's see if they get to that point. Now going in a bit of reserve time on the side of Turbo. Thinking about their picks here. I do like their bans. They definitely seem to have wanting to be banning out those ones that are going to jump. We're Magi.
Okay, I can imagine. That could be anything really, like a 3, a 4, a 1, or even a
Yeah,
5.
I'm suspecting
Not a
it's a
1, sorry, not a
support.
1, a 2, I mean.
Yeah, I definitely can see it mid.
Mm.
I like it. It's got a couple of point targets. And they pick up
Ooh,
Razor
they
as
go for the
well.
Razor. That's good.
Okay.
That's good.
And Dark Willow being
Dark
picked on the
Willow.
side of 5 Meepos.
Oh, they're instantly picking their other hero.
And
Dawnbreaker.
Dawnbreaker.
Interesting.
I like the Dawn pick. Dawn gives the lineup some nice ability to be a bit more global. Certainly
Hmm.
have a hero that can suddenly just appear onto a gank, whether it's offensive or defensively. It's a great hero to have in a lineup. Razor, what does Razor do against Bloodseeker? It's one hand
Well, I guess
the
he can stay linked to him if he's blood right, can't he? Because the blood's going to want to get close.
yeah, both these heroes do
Um,
have like a movement speed buff, but I think if Bloodseeker has that full movement speed buff that he gets, he'll be able to just walk away from the link.
so is this a Bloodseeker mid or a carry? Because obviously Dawn's going to play in the 3.
Mhm. I'm guessing it's a one. Bloodseeker mid. I don't think it's a bad pairing. You have the blood right that can help you last hit, but I think if Turbo picks a more conventional mid, Bloodseeker might have a bit of trouble in that lane. Yeah, and certainly
Oh,
a
the
Viper.
Viper's coming out. Okay,
Yeah,
that's
I would
interesting.
I would not want a Bloodseeker into Viper.
Yeah. So do you reckon that's an offlane razor or a one razor? Because a Viper, yeah, the Viper could be mid or he could be offlane.
Yeah, both Razor and Viper seem to have this kind of weird flexibility of being a core, but kind of being able to sit in each lanes. Both those heroes as a pause one, you're not getting yourself as much late game, and you're kind of losing the spike of the heroes, which kind of happens right after laning stage. I'm guessing it's going to be Viper mid and then maybe a
So
Razor off
they
lane.
banned the Shadow Fiend on Turbo. Interesting.
Hmm.
That's probably, I'd assume it's the Viper then. He doesn't want to be against the Shadow Fiend.
Yeah, definitely like Shadow Fiend, especially if they know Meepos, someone on Meepos plays the Shadow
Oh,
Fiend.
so Meepos are expecting them to pick their carry now. They banned a Spectra.
Hmm.
That's interesting. So they're not thinking that the Razor could beat one.
Yeah, it's interesting. Spectre is strong right now, so banning that hero just as a general ban, I think is good play, but maybe they're thinking they're gonna pick something that doesn't want to be suddenly jumped on by a Spectre. Ban the Slark. But they do suspect that Turbo is going to be picking their pause one here.
They banned the Necro on Turbo.
Necro ban's interesting. Probably a good counter to Bloodseeker. I don't know. It's like Bloodseeker having a Necro alt and hitting the Bloodseeker as long as that hero gets to half health, being able to take him down quickly with the Necro alt is not a bad goal. But
Ooh. So
lifesteal.
it's a mid Viper Razor 3 life stealer safe lane. Must be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's how it's looking.
Mm. I'd be surprised if it was a Razor mid, but it can happen. I
It's
guess they've got one of those lineups now that they can pick the Viper and Razor to go anywhere, dependent on their mid pick on Meepo.
Yeah, definitely. If there's certainly a matchup that suits better for either of those heroes, they can kind of like flex those heroes in between either three or mid. Let's see. They're going a bit of reserve time now. They're likely picking a mid. I'm guessing they're picking a mid hero here.
Who would you want to play as a mid against one of them?
Against Viper, I don't know. You're kind of just sad when you're laning against
Honestly,
Viper.
if this was me here, it'd be something like Quap, so I can just get away from them.
Yeah. Quap Link,
So
definitely you
it'd
can
be, yeah.
control the engagement. I would want to pick something that sits further back from Viper. Zeus is banned, but
And Sniper could be picked.
yeah, Sniper. I don't know how I feel about Sniper into this lineup particular. I don't feel like
Yeah.
Meepos has a whole bunch of frontline that would protect a Sniper. Mind you, Dark Willow and Jakiro do a really good job of controlling a fight. I pick up Primal.
What?
Primal Beast.
I'm confused now.
Primal Beast. Juvu on Primal Beast.
Juvu on
Of
the
course.
Primal. We got Raven on the
Of
Jakiro.
course. Super Nintendo is playing Bloodseeker. Sweet Poo Magoo. Playing the Dark Willow. And we've got Pony
If I'm not
Rider on
mistaken,
Dawnbreaker.
if I'm not
Hmm?
mistaken, this we've played against this Joker before, and he's a pretty good player.
What do you think of hats? So we're gonna go to introducing Turbo in a second, but
Uh,
before they disappear, what do you think of the hats?
mm, see, Juva's got good, but I think overall, I think Turbo have got the hats. Even though the Grimstroke's basic, uh,
Yeah, the Grimstroke Basic is. I feel like this hero's been around long enough that you should have at least like a belt or
yeah.
something.
So going from that, I'd say probably Meepo. Then they do look the part.
Yeah. My vote goes to Meepo as well. Come on, Turbo,
Yeah,
give Cootie some Grimstroke items.
yeah. Hook Cootie up.
Yeah. Rest of them looking good. Rest of them got some shine on them. But I'm gonna have to give it to Meepos for sure. I'm loving that
Definitely, yeah.
Primal Beast. That Dawnbreaker just looks good. That Dark Willow
Look
set, I
good.
think, is a rare one, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so, actually.
All right, we're kicking off.
Last match on Razor 12-4.
Here we go.
Willow.
WLDL tournament. First week. First week? First week.
Yeah, I think it's first week, isn't it?
Camera control. I apologize in advance if camera control is
Is
not
it
the
me on the
greatest.
camera? Or is it you?
I'm controlling camera. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to. I know there's some camera smoothing and stuff. I did not have time to set all this stuff up. That's okay. Okay, so I'm gonna introduce. Let's go. We got Radiant. We got Joker playing Lifestealer. We've got Cootie
I won't lie.
playing some Grimstroke. Be watching for that nice ult synergy. Waffle eats pancake. Playing the Ogre Magi. XOPOX. Exopox. Playing some Viper. And we got Ronan Swanson playing the Razor. And yeah. On the side of the 5 Meepos in a trench coat. Love the name, by the way. Shout out to Juvu on the Primal Beast. Thank you for helping me with setting up stream. We got Ye Old Raven on the twin head. It's to Raven. We got Sweet Poo on Dark Willow. And oh, sorry, I'm missing. Super Nintendo Chalmers on.
Cody could be picked off here.
Going for the bounties.
No, just a friendly little love tap. That's it.
Nice exchange of some damage. Each team was going to pick up bounties. Here we go. All right. Oh, it's 2 teams.
A Dawnbreaker mid.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, Dawnbreaker versus Viper. Not what I was expecting.
Did not expect that.
Looks like it's going to be Razor and Ogre versus the Bloodseeker and the Twin Head Jakiro. Then we're going to have the Primal Beast and Dark Willow versus Lifestealer and Cootie. What do you think of these lineups, these matchups, these lane matchups?
I worry for the Bloodseeker.
Okay. Yeah, definitely Razor can be quite dominating with Static Link. And Ogre beside him.
Exactly, yeah.
I don't know, I wouldn't underestimate Jakiro. Jakiro's a nasty laner to be against.
Definitely.
What about this mid matchup?
And 2 circlets on the Viper. Looks like they're probably both going to go for bottle.
Yeah, I mean, Viper is just an oppressive hero to be against in lane. I think once the poison attacks start coming out, Dawn might have some issue, but we'll see how that shakes out. What about this lane here? Do like Primal Beast. This hero, I think, can do well in lane. Stealer does feel like it counters it a little bit. If you can rage as soon as the Primal is trampling, then you're kind of just walking through without taking any damage on that. Yeah, so it shakes out. Bit of action in mid.
Yeah.
Breaker getting some decent damage down on that Viper, but Viper's going to spit right back.
The only thing, yeah, he's just going to shoot him back, isn't he? And it's not going to be. Ooh, that's a lot of damage on the Dawnbreaker. Oh, he's going for it. He's diving on the tower.
Do not.
The Dawnbreaker's going to get killed.
Do not want to underestimate the snake in lane.
They do trade. They do trade, but the Viper does get the XP.
Yeah, a bit of action top. We've got the Ogre and the Jakiro fighting it out. Raven and Waffle. Bit of exchange there.
Does seem like Juvu is struggling in this bottom lane.
Yeah, definitely the dire side taking a lot of damage in this off lane. He went for the Bracer. Now he's going to stick. And we've got Lotus Orbs up, being picked up on the dire side bottom. They're up mid.
Oh, the Ogre Magi nearly killed the Jakiro on the top lane.
Missed that. Like some
I
exchange going
just saw the
bottom.
health.
This is a good trample going down. Joker goes down. Nice
Lifestealer's
trample by
going
the
down.
Primal. He's gonna get out as
Juvie gonna
Juvie can.
live?
It's a very close, just one hit. It goes off. Cootie
Oh,
picks up the kill. Both cores are gonna fall in that lane there. Lifestealer going down first. Mid lane, Viper
seems
looking
like
at half health.
it's pretty even in the mid lane on last hits.
Yeah, kills sitting at 2-2. Oh, the Brambles. Gonna get some damage down. Know that they're the ones in this lane. Meanwhile, mid, Dawnbreaker picking up the bottle and getting the water rune. Viper's just gonna grab the other one for themselves.
Oh, Jakiro goes down on the top lane.
I missed it.
I missed it. I just saw the thing pop.
Guessing a lot of damage is coming out of this ignite.
Oh, 100%. It's ridiculous how much damage it does.
Yeah, when I see the ogre that's in my lane, I'm like, I gotta bring extra regen for this hero because ignite just wears you down. Bottom lane, Juvo going on Kudu.
I'm trying to play a bit aggressive.
Goes the rage. That trample's not
That's
gonna
what you
hurt
said.
the.
It's literally what you just said.
Yeah.
He's going to struggle with that.
Yeah, lifesteal I think is gonna feel quite comfortable, especially now they have the Helm of Ironwell. It's gonna give them some good regen. I think it'll be really hard to nuke them down. Possible, but difficult. Mid, Dawnbreaker taking a lot of that poison damage.
He's struggling this Dawn a bit to get on the lane. Every time he goes close to try and get a last hit, the Viper's just jumping on him.
Yeah, he is matched up quite nicely though, 17 to 18 on the last hit. It's not too bad considering. Ronan Swanson got the link on Nintendo. He is diving underneath the tower. Pulls back. Bit of damage done, but looks like any kill's gonna happen there. You know, Juvu just asserting himself to this lifestealer.
Grimstroke's gone back to base.
Even the lifestealer, I'm not sure if they low him. They're going to go deep on him. Trample goes out again. Now Rage is down, so he's going to take this damage, but escapes underneath the tower.
That helm is helping him with that armor.
We're putting the pressure into the lane, ensuring that lifestealer just doesn't feel comfortable enough to free farm. And then Juva's actually winning in last hits in terms of with maps, so doing well to control this lane.
Or they're going to go on this Willow. The Inkswell's going to come out on the Lifestealer.
Yep,
the stun's going to go out. Now they're going to turn on Juvu.
Trampling's doing the damage to the Lifestealer, but it's not going to be enough. He's just going to have to get back. Dark Willow unfortunately going down in that lane. Good for the Radiant. They're holding on in this lane quite well.
The ye old Raven's going for the XP room. Sneaky little guy.
Yeah, sneaking XPs. Looks a good tactic.
Very nice.
Juvu getting low, but he'll be okay. Meanwhile, looks like Nintendo's hitting up the jungle camps. He's got Bloodright leveled up nice and high. It's a good farming tool. We're down bottom. Looks like we got rotation.
They're going to go on the Grimstroke as well.
Yeah.
Ooh, they're not going to get him. He's going to get away. Or the Dawn's going to just go for it.
Wants the blood.
He's got a soul ring. He doesn't care.
Only wants the kill. He's one hit away.
He's
hitting the.
Ogre's going to TP in.
No, he was ended up hitting the bug, which I'm not sure was intentional. It might have just been an unfortunate circumstance of click where his right clicks ended up going on the bug instead of the.
Ogre's going for him. Let's see if we can get on top of him. The Lifestealer's going to come over. No. They're letting him go, it seems like.
Mutation's down bottom. Bit of an exchange. Vector's left mid. Gonna do a bit of a push while Dawn retreats back to mid. Meanwhile, Nintendo getting what he wants out of the lane so far. He's now leading with last hits with 42 last hits. Looking good. Lifestealer working towards that the armlet. One goes out. He's gonna press rage.
It's such an easy thing for him to just be able to just get rid of.
Yeah. Definitely that rage is something you don't want to neglect. Even just 1 point in the lane will do wonders for you. They're diving now on
Dawn's TPing top.
They pick up the kill on Raven.
They're going to try and get this Razor now on the Dawn. Okay, Dawn's overcommitted a bit.
Exchange. The stun's going to happen on the Razor, and the ult goes off on the Dark Willow. This is going to be a kill on the Razor.
Kill. Sadly, this Ogre doesn't have any more mana to follow up.
Well, not bad. They do pick up the kill on the...
Raven's TP'd in.
Lots committed for the top. Let's see. Viper's going to do some damage to the mid tower. I think overall it's shaking up pretty even between both these teams.
Oh, 100%, yeah. They're not afraid to rotate and just go for an easy kill.
Lifestealer trailing a little bit in terms of last hits, but let's just see net worth.
Silence on the Juvu. They're going to try and go for him. The trample comes out.
He's going in.
He's going back in.
Goes in.
He's got his ult.
He's
Dawnbreaker ult's going to come out though.
Yeah, he's got that.
Oh, they're going to jump on the Lifestealer.
Looking good. Oh, nice escape.
Grimstroke. That was nice.
Yeah, gets out with the ultimate. Meanwhile, top looks like Razor goes down. Viper has rotated top. Hitting down the Super Nintendo. He's going to go down. No, Raven running.
Oh.
Does not want it. Takes that last hit and unfortunately goes down as well. 2 heroes for 1 in the top.
Some friendly banter in the chat.
Yeah.
I don't know what I was expecting.
Still all towers held up still on both teams. Not a whole bunch of damage. These towers are looking pretty healthy for the 11-minute mark. No team really doing any extreme pushing on a tower.
Viper's going straight into Rod of Atos. That's interesting.
Gives the team a little more ways to catch and also keep a hero down. Primal Beast does not like to have an Atos put onto him. Definitely good for that. And Bloodseeker, any way to stop the Bloodseeker from running around, I think is good.
Oh, the Razor's going on the Jakiro. Jakiro's going to get taken down here.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Raven going down. This Ronin Razor is just showing that he's kind of dominant in this lane. It's been, I think, really hard for the Dire team to kind of sit in this lane now that Razor's...
Oh, the Razor's TPing bottom now. Try and scare off this Primal Beast.
He doesn't have the link. Juvu just walks back.
I don't think Juvu's scared, to be honest.
Changing Memo mid. They're going to contest over this regen rune. Waffles picking that one up. Lifestealer, I think, almost finished the armlet now. Meanwhile, Razor's working towards a Yasha. No item review.
Juvu's going for Blade Mail.
Okay.
That's interesting.
I like it.
So he knows he's going to be going in there a lot, just getting in their face.
Yeah, Primal Beast has just a lot of just base strength. The hero has a super strength gain. Just throwing an early Blade Mail on this hero tends to feel good, because you tend to be the one that's front and center and taking a lot of damage.
Oh, I just realised, so this Viper has just under 30 more last hits than the Dawnbreaker. Oh, he could go on him. He could have rodded him then. He got him.
Ogre Magi going for the Midas. What are your thoughts on
Interesting.
Ogre Midas?
It's good if you have a good lane. I think here is going to these teams going to struggle a little, but it can benefit in the long run if they're going for a longer game.
For sure. I mean, my sense is that Midas is always going to give this hero a massive gold boost, and if the game does go late, not having that Midas doesn't feel good. I mean,
Exactly.
like I've sometimes just skip on the Midas, and then I end up going to a 50-minute game.
Razor's going on the Jakiro on the bottom lane. Juvu's going to come in with the ult, trying to stop him from getting Jakiro. They're going to commit everything to kill this Razor. The Viper's in now. He's going to rule the Primal Beast. He's going to take a lot of damage here. The Juvu is going to get out though. Oh,
Sure
the
down.
ult coming out from Nintendo on the Viper.
Doesn't have a TP. He's right-clicking. The Viper does go down, but so will the Bloodseeker. Oh, that was
Willow
a
might
huge
take it down as
stun.
well. Lifestealer's in now on the Dawnbreaker. He's down as well. Silence out on the Primal Beast. Jakiro might get run down now.
Massive
That's
damage.
really good. That's a really good fight for the fucking Radiant.
It was looking
Sorry,
good.
pardon language.
It was looking good for the Dire at first, but that quickly
I
turned.
think they just overcommitted too much there. They tried to go all in on the Razor and they didn't have enough left for the rest of the team turning up.
A big turn that I saw in the fight was this Inkswell going off. Level 4 Inkswell,
100%.
I think, caught 3 of them and did some massive amount of damage. That looked like it shifted
As
the
we were
fight.
talking
quite
about,
well.
and as we was talking about in the picking phase, this Grimstroke, he's going to come in really well.
These spells are strong. You don't underestimate these spells. They can create a huge shift in the fight.
Bloodseeker's going Radiance.
Yeah, I
What's your
think it,
thoughts on that.
I think it meshes with this sort of magic build that you can do with this hero. Ags and Radiance makes this hero, you don't want to stand next to this hero for long if he's got both the Ags and the Radiance. He does eventually, I think, get lifesteal, so he's getting a lot of lifesteal off of that
Primal's
damage.
going on the Grimstroke in the bottom lane. Grimstroke's going to go down. They can't do nothing about that.
This gets the kill. Yeah, I think the Bloodseeker, this build, it can work really well in the late game. It shakes out. Well, Joker's hitting up the ancient camps. He wants to get a second item. Lifestealer's gonna need to get at least 1, maybe 2 more items before he can really start making an impact. Now, Viper in a strong state now. Atos, corrosive skin. If any hero gets caught by that and gets a few right clicks, we're early enough in the
Seems like
game.
there's smoke ganking.
Yeah.
Wonder where they're going to go to. Oh, they might go into this Grimstroke now. Ooh,
Sure.
Invis on the Bloodseeker's going to start it off. Grimstroke's going to go down.
It's like
They're going to get this
gank.
Razor as well.
Good gank on the Dire
Very
side.
Very good.
Well,
Helps Bloodseeker out greatly there.
Dawnbreaker, looks like they're shifting mid now to finish off this mid tower. Stealer going on the Dawn. Rest of his team coming in though. And his rage is wearing off. This is going to be a tricky situation for... Oh, jumps into the creep. He's slipping out.
That's a good... Oh, this
Gonna
Viper's going to
escape,
get
but-
gone on now. The Dawnbreaker orb's coming in. Viper's going to go down. And they're going to take the tower.
Yeah, the full force
Very
of
much.
the...
Oh, Primal Beast is on the Ogre now in the triangle. Dawnbreaker's joining the party. Ogre's going to go down. Juvu is dominating.
Yeah, you can see the power of this lineup. As long as you're grouping up around this Primal Beast, it's a lot of meat to get through.
Definitely. This Primal's already sitting on the 2k HP. That's a lot you got to get through.
Throw a Dawnbreaker right next to that with the ultimate. Like any engagement that starts off with the Primal Beast and Dawnbreaker is not going to look good for the enemy team at this stage. Razor working on an SNY. It'll beef up the hero well and give also a bit of mobility and damage. Radiant's still working on it on the Bloodseeker. Raven's gonna build a Force Staff. Definitely a good item to have on a support. You know, Joker trying to get some meat off of this Juvu, but I don't know. That is a big beast that you're trying to take a chunk out of.
The TPs are coming in, try and catch Juvu out now.
Oh, down. Oh, Sweet Poo gets the shot off on the Joker. That's a successful kill. Well done.
That's a huge kill. I didn't even see that.
Yeah, and then the Primal Beast wore him down and then just took one shot off the Dark Willow to secure that kill. It's like the Radiant team now grouping up around mid. You're going to want to push this tier 1 down?
Yeah, they really want to get this tower down. Ogre's nearly got Midas. Oh, they're grouping up. Push top.
Yeah, looks like the Radiant grouped as 4 in the top lane. What happens here? Raven, checking them out. Wants to probably push this tower, but now might not be the best time.
As you said, the Bloodseeker is going Aghanims now.
Yeah. I think Aghanims, depending on who's feeling, I'm guessing maybe a BKB into this line. I mean, it's not a whole bunch of magic damage coming out, but certainly, I mean, Viper kind of pierces BKB. See what his next item is, I'm curious. See, now Juvu seems to be working on Ags. Not a bad damage buff on this hero. I mean, the hero's going to enjoy the stats and have that bit more tankiness, and then a good Ags set off in the right spot can do a lot of extra team damage.
Radiant's bottom tower under fire.
Razor now going to work towards. Looks like he's going for a pipe. Worried about the magic damage coming out. I think it's quite smart against a
the smoke top. They're looking to try and get something here. Oh, Juvu's spotted the Ogre. Oh,
going in.
Razor and Grimshoker connecting. The Link's going to go out on Juvu. Dawnbreaker's in now. Ogre's going to go down. The Leash stopped the Primal in his tracks.
I'm going to trample down Kudu.
Yeah.
One is out.
The Lifestealer is there. He's going to buff the Grimstroke up a bit. The Viper's coming in from the sidelines.
Put some damage out, but Viper's in a bad spot.
That's a lot of damage. Ooh, that's a lot of damage coming out.
Dawnbreaker trying to get the last kill here before he goes down. Lifestealer hanging on to dear life. Razor now coming up is Dom's going to TP out. Lifestealer's going to walk away.
They're all just going to TP out of this now. That Lifestealer lived on nothing.
Huge exchange. I think it was 2 for 2. But
these fights are pretty mental where they're going.
Yeah,
they're very much back and forth. You can't tell which team's going to win from the fight, when it starts.
A lot of close engagements.
Dire's middle tower taking damage.
I do like the pipe build. I think that it'll tank up Razor in a really nice way. And also give his team a little bit more resistance to... It is quite a bit of magic damage coming out of the Dire team.
Nintendo is flying ahead with last hits compared to the next person. Viper's sitting on 122. He's on 199 already. He is leading the charge.
Ether Lens for the Ogre Magi. Yeah.
That's good.
Looks like the Willow is going to go for Aghanim Scepter. That's going to give a nice damage security in the end game. Might be tricky though to get the enough itemization to put that online. It's getting gone on by the Lifestealer. Gonna throw out the ult, but it's not going to work.
Good rage.
That goes down.
Kill. Cootie's going to pick up the kill. Aether Lens now on the Grimstroke. That's really good for these fights they've been having.
Yeah, definitely both of these supports having extra cast range to be able to get off both of their point targeted spells will be important.
BKB now on the Dawnbreaker.
Has a bottled DD as well.
I am worried about this Dawnbreaker. Doesn't seem like he's got as much damage output as the Viper has for his team.
Hmm. No, definitely. This hero I find I've tried it building a tanky and I've tried building a just kind of glass cannony, and it can go either way. Definitely the BKB makes a lot of sense. You want to be able to stand inside of a fight without going down, and BKB will allow you to do that. Certainly towards the Viper and the Razor.
Dire are going to try and get their shard now. Oh, the Willow might die.
Close call.
Ooh.
It is. Oh no.
Oh, the two of them died. Oh no.
No, walk away from that.
They
Pretend
thought
it
they
didn't
could do it.
happen. Nobody saw it.
It's not like we're streaming it or anything,
Oh,
guys.
they're gonna
Don't
try
worry.
again. Juvu. Okay, it was enough. It was enough. Close. Would not want to see a third one go down there.
I want credit for not tipping.
For the twins.
Okay, Lifestealer now shifting towards some magic resistance. It's showing a ether cloak. Eternal Shroud.
Tonal Shroud on the lifesaver.
Yep. He wants to resist magic. I mean, it's not
Well,
bad
I guess-
against Radiance. Not bad
And as well as
against
the
Ignite.
Viper, isn't it? This Viper's really bursting him down. Oh no, the Viper's on his team. What am I talking about?
The Radiant team will pick up their Tormentor.
What's Primal? He's physical, isn't he? Apart from Trample.
He's quite a
And
bit of
he's
magic.
always-
His trample is magic, if I remember correctly. Looks like the Dire team smoked up.
All them. There
Juvu's
might be
going
a fight
forward.
here. Yep.
Gets hooked down, and the silence goes out. Magi is in trouble now.
Juvu's going in.
The Grimstroke
Oh,
Gulp
nice.
goes out. They're gonna back off here. I want to get this mess off of them first before go back in. Out goes
The Razor's been
Radiance.
bloodlight.
Not looking good for the in jumps the Lifestealer to try and save him. Bloodseeker will go down. For getting the damage out that he can, he's healing. No, but he's gonna go down to the Dawnbreaker. Looks like a good team fight for Dire. Down on the Radiant side.
Yeah, that was really good for the Dire there. They really needed that. They're going to get this tower as well now. And they might even start hitting the next.
Radiant has lost their
They are a bit low though.
The Grimstroke
Oh, no.
ult went out, and I think the Dire team did good to kind of back themselves out of that. Just to kind
They
of...
like quickly reset, didn't they?
Yeah.
And I think the problem is that Turbo, is it Turbo? Yeah, Turbo sort of took that as them running away and sort of pushed in a bit too far.
Mhm.
This Razor then got caught out, and it kind of went from there.
Yeah, the Bloodseeker fully committed on the Razor, and I think that was the right move. That Razor needed to go down as quickly as possible. Looks like we're going to get a Glimmer Cape on the Ogre Magi. Be some nice, good support item, and it's playing into that magic resistance as well. Both teams seem to be valuing it at this point in the game. We've got the Harpoon on the Dawn.
Yeah, I just saw that. That's good.
It's going to make this hero
Close the
more
distance a
threatening,
bit.
for sure. They're still working on that pipe.
Just realised we have two Grandmasters on the Jakiro and the Dawnbreaker.
Oh yes,
So these are actually comfort picks that went through the barrier
Raven
plates.
and Jakiro, match made in heaven.
Indeed, yeah, we've seen him play it a lot enough.
And Grandmaster Dawn. Very
It's
cool.
interesting.
Experience
Jubu's
are
looking
up.
pretty farm now.
Yeah, he's got the Kaya Sanj. That's a
He's got an
nice
egg now.
nice health buff on this hero plus the damage. Just a very tanky, high damaging presence hero. Exactly what you want your pause 3 to be.
So Bloodseeker's nearly got a thermal shroud now.
Radiant's bottom tower
Gonna pressure the bottom tier 2.
Radiant structures
Oh, so it was the Bloodseeker you were saying about the thermal shroud. I thought you were talking about Lifestealer earlier.
Yeah, no Bloodseeker. Bloodseeker going Eternal
That's
Shroud.
good. Yeah, I was worried about all that magic damage.
This tower down. Radiant don't feel like it's the right place to defend.
demolished.
Likely a good choice.
Dire's top tower is under siege.
The scanning Roshan.
Yeah, it is the time
be a
for
good
teams
thing,
to be thinking
yeah.
about Roche.
This Bloodseeker is massive.
Yeah, he's getting there. Once this build comes online, it's a force to be reckoned with.
The Radiant is grouping up. I'm wondering if they're going to try and do something here.
Exopox has the queued up a BKB. I think very valuable item for the hero. Already got himself a Gleipnir and a Dragonlance. He's gonna go on this Dawnbreaker here, trying to get a solo kill. That's a lot of damage going out, but BKB goes out.
BKB's going to pop.
That'll keep the Dawn safe.
You can see the kind of damage that Viper's bringing to the table now.
Yeah, definitely not a little bit amount of damage. That's
That's a lot.
definitely needing the BKB
He
to
did
get
have
out
the
of that.
Bloodlust on him as well there, so that was a lot of attack speed coming out through the Bloodlust.
Doing some dewarding, getting back control of their own jungle. Meanwhile, Juvu farming at the bottom. Maybe eyeing this Razor. He does have his team nearby, but he's going to TP to the mid lane. Going to go in on this Lifestealer. Looks like they're converging. Lifestealer's going to commit, but the ult goes off through the Rage. Dawnbreaker coming down with the hammer. Lifestealer going to try and get himself out with this creep. Gonna be enough. It goes out. No, the nice shot from Sweet Potato to finish that Lifestealer off. It's second time this game. He's sniped that one.
Really good on that Willow, isn't he? He knows when he can do his little play. This Axe is going to be very beneficial.
A bit of health low on both Jubu and Nintendo. Bloodseeker's gonna be able to heal that back up.
I just realised the Razor does have a pipe now.
Yes, the pipe is in play. Going for a heart next. Want to tank up. Just want to be able to survive standing next to the enemy team. I think it's a bit of an uphill battle. At this
Oh,
point.
they're going to go for Roshan.
Not sure if they see it.
We should hear it in a minute.
I think this will go uncontested.
Yeah, they just haven't got... They haven't got the time to get over there now.
So they do get Roshan.
On the Bloodseeker as well.
Yeah. That'll give Nintendo the confidence to run in a
They're
little
going to push
more.
this top out now. They're going to push this top hit lane in now and try and get that tower, I think. Now they've got that Aegis behind them and they're not really scared.
Stroke working on an Agnums. Being able to create a copy of Bloodseeker is going to be high value. Not so much any other hero though, I'm not sure.
I reckon Juvu maybe, because he's tanky, they'll be able to just send it in.
Yeah, how does the damage scale on this? I think the illusion takes 350%. Yeah. I think the item itself is a good focus for late game.
Oh, they're going to think about trying to commit to save this tower.
Get in defended.
Oh, Razor's
Razor
going in. Here we go.
Stun
Here,
goes
fast
out. Razor going in deep. They're going to try and focus down this
Again, that pipe's
Bloodseeker.
helping.
Magnum's down. Jubu goes in. Wants to disrupt the backline. Getting hit by a lot of damage on the silence. Dawnbreaker ulting on him, but it's not going to be enough. Coming in, that Viper dishing out massive damage with BKB on Nintendo. Going in with a second life, but he's getting kited. Oh, gets the kill off. Gets a bit of health to survive. Surviving this. This is... Oh, gets
the Ogre's
down.
gonna get the stun off.
Razor latched onto the Dawnbreaker. Hammer goes out to put him down. What a fight. Oof. Raven
Radiant's top tower is fallen.
goes down. Raven's gonna get out. Up to 4-3 in terms of kills. There was the Aegis going down though. So 4-4 essentially, but exchange. Yeah, the Bloodseeker definitely was able to hide themselves in and potentially get one more kill, but it didn't look like there was much there to have. The Razor kind of ran, and I didn't see what was happening up here once Jubu ran in down here. It was a good effort to kind of disrupt the backline and try to control that, but it's been a bit too much to handle back there. Viper is able to put out a lot of damage even in this stage of the game.
I might have to leave you alone with the casting at the minute. It's getting fairly late for me. Maybe I can catch one more good fight. So the Razors are building Lincolns now. Ags is now on the Willow. This next fight is going to be pretty big. Ags on the Primal Beast as well. Very interesting.
Yeah, Willow's got themselves the eggs. They're now working towards Mask of Madness. The quickest item you can get to get that attack speed up. Once she has the attack speed and the eggs, that's a good amount of damage that this hero can pump out. Scalar getting themselves a Lincoln Sphere. Interesting. Likely going to be to stop the rupture. I think also the pulverize will be stopped by a Lincoln Sphere. And certainly at the end of or once the game gets into late stage, you have some items that are good to also block. So it looks like they'll engage here. Razor finding the Dark Willow, getting a stun put on them. Willow engaging. Out goes the rat.
There goes the fear.
Taking a lot of damage though. Razor's able to just stand in that fire and just not feel much pressure at all. That pipe is doing wonders for him. Meanwhile, the Grimstroke ult kind of catching the Primal Beast and Razor off guard. They're gonna both go down. Bloodseeker is now in, doing the damage to this Viper. BKB is running out though. He's gonna run for it. Sleipnir's not going to catch him. Out he goes. I mean, not a great engagement for the Dire. That ended up being just the Ogre going down on the Radiant side. I think the Grimstoke got off a nice ult that kind of caught those two heroes off, and then quickly to recover after that. Let's see what this pipe was doing for the Razor.
It's absolutely the same, yeah.
He was just standing in Macropyre and he didn't care. It's a strong item. Strong item. Especially if you know that's what you're going to be taking the brunt of. What are your predictions before you need to take off? What are your predictions?
Honestly, it's I don't know. It's this Radiant team. They've got a lot behind them still. Don't think you can sit here and say I think this guy's gonna win, because it's very much back and forth.
Yeah, we're definitely
Bloodseeker's
seeing it.
very strong. So is the Primal. But I think if I'd have to put it down to it, I think Radiant might win.
Yep.
This game. Just because there's not enough follow-up alongside with the Bloodseeker. That, like, Dawn and Primal are very tanky, but there isn't enough damage output where, like, the Viper and the Razor can just stand next to them and not care.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm excited to see what this Dark Willow's gonna be able to do now. She does have the Mask of Madness.
Oh, she does. Yeah, that's right.
That is now a good damage output on the Dire team. Interesting to see how that's gonna affect these next fights. The pipe is gonna help a lot for that, though. It's all magic damage that comes out of the Willow when she's throwing out the Shadow Realm like that. It's very, very even. Going for BKB next on the Razor. And looks like Waffles on Ogre is going to be getting himself a Sheep Stick.
That's going to be really big.
Multicast Sheep Stick is going to not be good to fight into.
Oh, the Dawn that sees everyone. Oh, the Bloodseekers going on.
He's going to connect. Oh, BKB goes out on Bloodseeker. Rupture out. Razor's got to move. He's not taking much damage at all and just getting... I know, but in they go.
Down. The Viper's going low. Viper's
comes
down.
out.
Ooh, this is going really well for the Dire.
Raven goes
The Hero's
down.
going to go down. Joker's doing some damage here.
Some deaths happening on the Radiant side. It's looking good for the Dire. There we go, team wipe.
Very well. Very well played, that was.
Initially, the Razor was on the Bloodseeker. Bloodseeker did use BKB, but then was able to just have his team show up. And you can just kind of run in and start doing lots of damage into that team fight. Certainly the Dawnbreaker ult flying in gave the Dire team enough sort of undamage and control to really push that fight over the edge.
Oh, I don't know. This could be.
Cliff goes out. It's going to slow down their push, but it doesn't
Still
look like any buybacks are happening. Looks like they're just going to get the racks out of this.
Let's see what they do. Let's see if they back off. They're going to go for another set.
You definitely have the
they're going to
time.
take this.
Seconds before bulk of the Dire or the Radiant team is up.
Radiant's bottom tower is being attacked.
This Bloodseeker don't care. He just wants to take it.
Let's see, they're feeling pretty confident. Actions go off. There is a Lotus Orb on Beast now, able to reflect back some spells. Just one building standing on that bottom rack now. That was an advantageous fight for the Dire for sure.
Definitely. Fine now though, if there's another fight like that and the Radiant lose again, that could be it.
Yeah, they have to be careful here.
They're very strong.
They don't have the buybacks. It would be risky just making an engagement here if you're not 100% certain you're going to win it. They are looking.
You see this Dawn, this Willow. They're gonna try and get him. Oh, they see the lights.
See?
There.
Here goes
BKB's
out.
going around the
Lots of escapes on the Dark Willow so he can stay, but going down now. He did get out the Dark Willow, and they are going to push this now. Goes the Macro Pirate to slow this down. They just want to stop the momentum of this sudden gank. Juvu making his way top.
Under fire. Dire's bottom bottom tower has fallen.
Doesn't have a TP on him, so if the Radiant team do decide to push this, it could be a risky proposition to do it. Juva's gonna go snag the XP rune, and while Radiant is gonna TP back. Bloodseeker finds the Viper. BKB goes out on Viper. The Bloodseeker's just chewing him up.
Oh my god. He didn't do any damage to him.
This stage in the game, it's just the Viper just does not have the damage output.
They're gonna rush.
That
This is an easy rush for them. 5k HP now. Dawnbreaker.
There's going to be a banner on this one. Not much Radiant can do about it at this point.
They could literally push bottom now, I think, and just win.
He just goes on the Bloodseeker.
Yeah, I don't think they've got anything to hold them back.
Still working on a Basher. I mean, I don't know. It's going to be tough. You are fighting under a Radiance, so you're not going to be able to hit.
The worst thing is, they've all gone top. Radiant, they've all got TP back.
Yeah, I'm guessing most of them have TPs, hopefully. You know, looking like they're just grouping up and wanting to pressure this tier 2. But
they're going to take this Rex, and they're not going to be able to do anything about it.
yeah, that rack is going to go down.
Razor's going to...
It's tempting to just dissuade them slightly. He is going to get out with a TP, able to defend.
They're just going to push this top lane in now. Get megas.
Yeah, I'm not sure if like mounting a defense for that one rack would have been great for Radiant, just because they do have the Aegis on the dire side. Their next engagement's going to have to be very, very well calculated. It's going to go in their way. They can give themselves a pick off before the dire team's able to group up. It's all about vision at
They're
this point.
smoking now, look.
They're already kind of a bit too grouped up at this point to be able to...
Or the Razor might get caught.
Use the Razor and the Bloodseeker. We are going to have a fight on this triangle high ground. Going out. They got to get out. Razor's got to get out.
Razor's going to go down. Always going to... Lifesteal's going to try and save him, but he's going to go down anyway. The Lifesteal is now engaged in the fight. He's going to pop the Rage down. Juju's taking a lot of damage on the right clicks on the Lifesteal and the Viper.
Viper pumping out what they can.
The banner is down. It is helping these creeps stay alive if there is any there.
It might just be too much on the dire side at this point.
Yeah. Bloodseeker's still got his Aegis. They're going to take this Megas. They can't do nothing about it.
2 towers down on the Radiant. Not looking good for them.
Or they're going to try and catch on the Grimstroke now. The Dawnbreaker's going in.
They're chunking out on this Dawn. That hero's getting low. Bash heads.
Yeah. Oh no, there goes the Lifesteal and the Satanic from the Dawnbreaker.
Not going to be enough to take any of these heroes down, and Bloodseeker's just
running
able
at them
to...
now. He does not care. This is bad though. That if they catch him,
They don't really have much catch at him at this point. He's just going to run out. No?
oh no, the Bloodseeker's going
Got him.
down. That's
Nice.
really bad.
I think they'll be able to repel them back now with Bloodseeker down. Goes the Macropyre. Razor. Here goes
Lifesteal is going
out.
to try and go in and trying to create some damage here. Or the Juju's in. Razor's up. Razor's going to try and do some damage. The
And lots of
Dawnbreaker coming out with huge damage here. The Lifesteal is even in him, but it's not going to help. The Link's going to go on the Dawnbreaker.
200 damage now on the Razor.
Lifesteal's pretty tanky and he don't care. He wants blood.
Taking hits from the Dark Willow. There's just so much meat on these heroes that they're not going down easy. None of them are.
Stormbreaker's gonna go down finally.
Steelers low, getting hit by... Not quite. Quite enough damage to put that Lifestealer down. Raven in trouble.
Through that game there. That
Juvu.
fight there was... If he didn't run in, they probably could have ended.
We're gonna get out. Razor's still pursuing. He's got more movement speed on him, but... Wants the high five. Don't fall for it. Ooh, gets out.
The one problem is now they've got Megas to deal with.
Ashamed of its past
Yeah.
and its horrific
Dire
crimes,
team definitely
Radiant's courier has just
got
found
what they
itself
wanted out of that high ground push. Took a lot of deaths doing it, though.
Yeah.
Gonna be challenging for the Radiant team to try and end off the next fight with Mega Creeps.
The only way they're going to be able to do something here, this Radiant, is if they catch this Bloodseeker and kill him. And then the one problem is though is somebody who does damage has got to stay behind to deal with these Mega Creeps.
Certainly picking off the Bloodseeker would be
Pressure now
a dream.
on the Bloodseeker.
That's an interesting one.
So I reckon it's the BKB he wants.
Yeah, you get the BKB and you get an extra 2 ruptures out of it.
It's got 4 ults, you know, as Drum would say.
4 ults? Witch Doctor 4 ults?
The Witch Doctor 4 ults.
BKB and Lincoln Sphere on Razor. I mean, this hero can definitely take a lot of damage now. We've been seeing it in these fights. The hero is not going down quickly and is able to zap out damage from the enemy carries. So, challenging to play. You don't really have the base damage in your build. You're kind of relying on this static link to give you the damage to be able to dish something out instead of just taking it. Steeler does have the Abyssal now. That's going to go a long way in ensuring that he's able to take a target
They're
down that he's
grouping
on.
up. Okay, the Dire's grouping up bottom now. It looks like they might want to start something.
A Wind Waker on Juvu.
That's big.
Well, there's a Desolator now on the Dark Willow. This hero is doing damage. You cannot ignore this hero at this stage.
Desolator Daedalus.
Even,
That's even worse than a Desolator.
yeah, she's got both the physical and magical
Yeah.
damage coming out of that hero now at long range.
So I assume Juvu's going to just go in, Wind Waker out.
Actions, bit of exchange. Nothing serious.
Oh, Juvu's taking the high ground. Stun
Gets
coming out from the
stunned.
ogre.
Oh, Mega Creeps just
So much to
pummeling
deal
on
with.
them, really wearing them down. Looks like Rude Dire team's now ready to kind of group up. Ubu going in, getting silence, reflecting spells, but kind of has to pull it back.
Coming out on the ogre now, though.
Meanwhile, in mid, Bob Swanson is on top of Raven. They're going to focus their attention up there, both teams. Pirate goes out. I don't know where to look here. Where's the action happening? Nintendo Chalmers getting down the Lifestealer quite well.
Juvu's in now, Dawnbreaker's in now. There's a leash coming in from the Dawnbreaker and the Primal.
Heroes are taking damage. No, Ogre goes down.
They're going to glyph for it. Bloodseeker's doing so much damage.
Lifestealer goes down but buys back.
Razor's still up.
The Ancient's taking damage.
Yeah,
You're on the clock here.
He's taking a lot of damage. Raven's going to try and go for the...
Nintendo goes for it. He's just right clicking. He's going to go down. It's down. It's down.
GG.
Good defense
Amazing
on the
game,
Radiant
that
side.
was.
Good
Amazing
defense
game.
attempt.
Both teams played really well.
Those teams' fights look challenging, honestly. Like, both teams kind of had a lot of damage and meat. And how that actually like shakes out and gets distributed in the team fight was interesting. I get the sense that Radiant kind of had a good lineup for an earlier game. They can see how once Bloodseeker started to get some of these late game items online, it was hard to fight into.
That was very impressive. Both teams played so well that game.
Hmm.
I was worried about this Dawnbreaker at the start of the game. You know, he weren't really having much impact, but once he got some items in him, he was a beast.
Yeah, definitely a very well played Dawnbreaker.
Just seemed like every fight was going on for ages.
I sometimes play this hero, and I feel like I have little to no impact. But certainly, we saw how Micro was able to just have a lot of presence in the fights and being able to show up kind of when you want into a fight.
Hmm.
Very well used. I think the lifestealer itemization was okay. I just think it was kind of tricky to play into. I mean,
Yeah.
you don't really you are the most kind of late game hero on the lineup, so it's really up to you to be able to scale into the late game, and I think that can be a little bit challenging for lifesteals sometimes.
Yeah, indeed. I think he struggled quite a bit with how much was going on. He had to fight where probably he was wanted to be farming.
Yeah, I wonder if we can see how much damage it was taking from what. So you wouldn't see that here.
Sadly, I'm gonna have to leave you.
No, thanks for sticking.
That was amazing to watch. Props to both teams.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely good back and forth.
Oh, indeed. Right. Have fun watching the next game
Mm-hmm. Will do.
and wish you all the best. Hopefully, the other team can claw back a win for themselves.
Yeah. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. See ya.
I think definitely a very. Oh, how do I see this game? I closed it. No, I can't see it. Watch. Ornaments. This one here. Yeah, I guess the lobby's not up, so I can't see the. Let's see. What's up here? Does not show up here. Where do I see the end game stats? Maybe I can just back enough to get to it. Back, back, back. There we go. Very tight matchup. I mean, it looks like according to the win graph, it did start to tarry towards 5 Meepos, kind of after the 25-minute mark. Certainly once some of these items came online. I mean, you had the Radiance and Ag Scepter on the Bloodseeker. At that point, you can probably start feeling pretty good in fights. Certainly having the Kaya Sanj on the Primal Beast gives you that sort of tankiness to stand in fights well. I think they may have been lacking a bit of damage at this point, but I don't think it mattered too much. Most of their damage that the Radiant team is getting in the mid game, probably out of the Viper, maybe off the Razor if he's able to get good static links off. But other than that, your damage output isn't particularly high. I think both teams played well. The lineups probably had a big factor in it. I mean, both teams seem to have a decent amount of late game, but really at the end of the day, it comes down to how the team fights went, and I think just a few more team fights went into Meepo's favor. Certainly having Dawn as the sort of global hero to be able to engage from anywhere on the map gives you that advantage to be able to control the fights a little better. Yeah. Good matches on both sides. Match 2 is coming up soon. I'm just going to have to get tuned in on how to lobby, but I'm going to stop the stream for now and then restart once game 2 is up. Tune in soon.